Buddy Dennis here.
Bill with Gadsden Freedom Outdoors.
What's up, everybody? Alright, so this is a crab catch cook, but in order to watch the catch, you're gonna have to go back to the live when we were crabbing for 2 hours. I'll link the live video in the description here, but you're gonna have to go back and watch it. Appreciate all of yous. Thank you. What's up, everybody? It was a great day crabbing today. I believe we have 15 or 16 blue claw crabs. Got a couple of big boys in there, 6.5, 7.5 inches. But just got home. We're gonna rinse them off now. There's one of the big ones right there. There's another big guy right there. Look at that claw right down in there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Hell yeah. So, I'm gonna let that drain for a minute. Alright, everybody, I got my pot filled with water. We're going to bring it to a slight boil. We got some garlic, oregano, parsley in there. We are going to add some Old Bay. I'm not going to add a ton of it because I am making stuffed crab with salmon. So we're going to get this boiling. Then we're going to get the crabs in here and we'll let them go for 15 minutes. Here's that fresh garlic that you hear us talk about all the time. Yes, it's frozen, but it is bought fresh. It is diced up. And then we freeze it so it remains fresh. And we freeze it. So that's basically 3 sections of garlic. And we're just going to leave it. We're going to let it cook. We're going to get this water boiling. Crabs are going in. And then we'll move on to the next step. Alright guys, we got our water boiling. It smells incredible. We got our crabs. We got our tongs. I like to put them in there quick. 5. 6. Very clean crabs. I mean, they still got some mud on them, but I got all the loose stuff off. That's a nice crab. Look at that. Nine. Watch out, troop. 13. This is the one that actually attacked Izzy. The new traps we have didn't close and it got out and he stepped on it. There's the big boy. We're going to save him for last so everybody can see that. That's 14. Here's the big boy. It's like the first crab we caught today. He doesn't have the biggest claws though, but it is a nice sized crab. He's gonna splash. So guys, you can see instantly, I mean, they turn red instantly. So we're gonna let these go for 15 minutes. And then we're gonna bring them over to the sink. I'm gonna cool them down. I'm gonna break most of these apart because I'm making stuffed crab with crab and salmon. Crabs are almost done. Literally, it's only been 6-7 minutes. But probably just gonna do 10 minutes because they're gonna go in the oven too. So. Alright, so we got here, I made fresh salmon. So, what we're going to do is, we're going to take half of this. Alright, so we broke up the salmon. So I'm going to start adding the breadcrumbs, some olive oil, some of the seasoning to get this ready for when I break the crab up. We got 3 cheese blend here we're going to add in. We're also going to be putting some more fresh garlic. Alright, so that we're going to put off to the side. Usually when the crabs are floating, they're done. So we are at 12 minutes right now. So I think we're going to turn the heat off. And then they're going to go in the sink and we're going to break them down and we're going to clean them. Alright, we got the crabs in the sink. Cool them down with cool water. I got my cleaning sponge here. So since I'm making stuffed crabs, just taking a little extra time here to make sure everything is off the shell. We'll get the shells cleaned and then we'll break apart the crabs. We're just cleaning off any mud that's still caked on after hosing. So we're going to do 10 stuffed. And then we'll have some crabs to eat as well. I remember as a kid we used to rent boats, go out to Amityville, to the Long Island Sound. And we used to fill up garbage cans of crabs. When we would get home, my father would take the garbage cans of crabs and throw them in the yard. You know, there'd be 40, 50, 60, 70, whatever amount of crabs running around my yard. As a kid, I thought it was the greatest thing. You get older and then you got to do all the cleaning and everything. But 16 crabs today, probably lost a good 10. We threw back at least 8. So, I mean, overall, you know, you're talking over 30 crabs. That is a great day. I've been crabbing down here since I've been down here, almost 15 years. I think I've only had one other day as good as this, and that was probably 13, 14 years ago. Now what I do is, because there is water from washing and cooking, and I know people are going to say I'm losing the flavor by doing this, but all that seasoning was soaked into the crab as it cooked. Claws are easy, just rip them off. I put them on paper towels so they can drip. Look at that clam meat right there. Still got all its flavor. So you see this crab here, how dark he is? We call it a mud crab because he spends most of the time in the mud. And you look at this, see how white he is? So if you ever hear that term mud crab, that's what it means. Spending most of the time in the mud. Look at that, guys. Look at all those colors. Look at all that meat there. Alright guys, so after an hour, I picked all the meat out of 10 crabs. I left the legs and I left the claws. So if people want regular crab, they can have it. So we got it in here with our mix. It's going to give it a little bit more seasoning. It's an Italian blend with garlic, oregano, parsley. So we're going to mix this up. We're going to break up the crab as well. I mean, that's pretty much salmon and blue claw crab. And then we're going to drizzle some olive oil on there. All right, we'll see how that binds up. Look at that mixture. So we got it, we can form it when we put it in the shells. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stick this in the fridge for like 10 minutes. Just to let it set, and then we'll come back. And then we're going to stuff some crab shells. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a dab of butter on the bottom of each crab to give it a little creaminess. So now we're going to take our mixture. We're just going to take some of it so that way we know we get enough in each shell, and then we'll fill it up afterwards. Alright, so we had a little breadcrumbs on the top to give it a little crunch, and then some grated Parmesan cheese. So, trying something new. I mean, they look awesome. They smell incredible. Alright guys, we'll see you when they're done. Alright guys, it's been 15 minutes. I got the oven set on 425. So I mean, everything's cooked, so kind of just warming it up a little bit. Look at that. Look at that. All right, everybody, there it is. Stuffed crab with crab meat and Alaskan salmon. So we just put in the oven, you know, to kind of get the flavors to mix and melt together. We got some brown rice we're gonna make with this. Gonna make a nice salad. Plus we got all the other crabs, the claws, the legs. So we're basically gonna have a seafood feast. Alright guys, please hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Hey, leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think. Homemade stuffed crab, freshly caught from the Gulf of Mexico to my oven, and you know where it's going. Alright guys, we appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you.